Alright everybody, my name is Justin Coulter. I have accepted the ALS Ice Water Bucket Challenge. I have not been called out by friends or family to do this challenge, but by the disease itself. If you're wondering why I'm standing in a graveyard, well, it's because this is my dad's grave. My dad lost his 11th month battle with ALS last year. This challenge was created to spread awareness of amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, or ALS, commonly called Lou Gehrig's disease. The way it works is somebody dumps a bucket of ice water on their head and calls out some other people to accept the challenge within 24 hours or make a $100 donation to any ALS foundation of their choice. The challenge has gone viral and even professional athletes and celebrities are participating. You see smiles and some laughter in most of the videos, which is encouraging because it is spreading awareness of the disease. But this disease is nothing to smile about. So I'm doing this challenge and calling out people that are important to me in my life. Please stick around for a minute because this video is going to get real interesting. I only want to do this once, so I'm going to call out a few people here. I'm calling out Deborah and Rachel Budnick, Laura Jeppy, Colby and Courtney Walker, Curtis Daring Jr., Howie Travers, and Travis Budnick. I'm also calling out Shanda Brigance, ALS advocate and wife of former Super Bowl champion of the Baltimore Ravens, O.J. Brigance, an ALS victim himself. Also Steve Paragoy, the director of the Brigance Brigade Foundation. Nobody is exempt from this challenge. I would like to thank Lance Linton, owner of Skydive Baltimore, located here in Harford County, Maryland, for all of his support and efforts in fighting ALS by allowing me to hold skydiving fundraisers for ALS. With that being said, I'm also calling out Lance Linton and the entire Skydive Baltimore crew to accept this challenge. Skydive Baltimore is located in Churchville, Maryland, and is the only skydiving facility in a 2-hour radius of Baltimore, Maryland. Hands down the best skydiving crew on the coast. Go see them and you will be taken care of for all your skydiving needs. Now for the serious part. On behalf of myself, my father, and every person in this country suffering from ALS, I'm calling out Barack Obama. Yeah, the President of the United States of America. I'm nobody important, but that shouldn't restrict me from challenging you to the Ice Bucket Challenge, Mr. President. In this country, 30,000 families are affected by this disease each year. A disease does not need to be contagious to be considered an epidemic. According to the fiscal year budget released, only $40 million goes towards ALS research in this country. Let me give you some more numbers. The average financial cost of a family fighting this disease is $250,000 in a year, usually the first year. That's $7.5 billion spent from American families just to keep their loved ones alive long enough to say goodbye. These numbers in comparison to the budget make me have nightmares. But you won't truly know a nightmare until you've encountered this disease, Mr. President. A disease that kills the entire body of its victim, everything except for the brain. Have you ever stared into your father's tear-filled eyes because he has had a cramp in his leg for over an hour and there's nothing you can do about it? The dignity lost when you are treating your 56-year-old father as a 160-pound infant? How important is your ability to walk, talk, and breathe, Mr. President? The only memory of a voice we have from our loved ones is that of a computer, which every time it talks you cry in agony that you can't remember what his real voice sounds like. Nights where your loved one is awake and moaning throughout the entire night in sheer pain because his muscles are dying and it feels like fire under his skin. Have you ever felt so helpless in your life as pride goes out the window, just as a father and a son staring at each other's eyes as you manually help him have a bowel movement while you brush his teeth, feed him through a tube, bathe him? Or the guilt you feel when he finally passes away, and through the tears and emotions you actually have a sigh of relief that it's finally over for him and for your family? People reach out to me because of my fundraising and my awareness efforts and my horror stories that I am willing to share for the truth about this disease that needs to be shared. And they tell me their own stories, like a gentleman who emailed me the other day to tell me that he had lost his wife to ALS. He fell asleep after 30 hours and no sleep taking care of her. She aspirated while he was asleep and choked on her own vomit. The disease took her ability to cough and make any noise for that matter, and she could not wake him up. She died 2 feet away from him. Can you even begin to imagine the fear in her mind as this happened, or the guilt the husband feels, even though he was the best caregiver she could have had? Or a woman who emailed me yesterday telling me she can't get her husband out of the house because her insurance company won't cover the cost of batteries for his BiPAP machine. He can't breathe without it. Yet insurance companies do what they want. My dad's insurance company dropped him a month after his diagnosis after investing his money into that company for over 30 years and was never sick one time. When his renewal came up, they dropped him. How can this be legal? Morally bankrupt is my opinion. I say it needs to stop. and your 10 million page healthcare plan, I bet it doesn't say how much the insurance company is liable to pay or what they are liable to supply to ALS patients. The diagnosis is a death warrant the second it's spoken. I'm calling you out, Mr. President, because more needs to be done to help. I'm not asking you to cure this disease in the basement of the White House. As a country, we donate billions of dollars each year to mutual aid to other countries. I understand it's politics, but enough is enough. We need to take care of our own. Diseases like AIDS receive $30 billion in funding each year, and why should that disease get so much recognition? Yet when I tell somebody that my dad had ALS, or when he was alive I told him he has ALS, one of two things would happen. The person becomes extremely white in the face and extremely apologetic because they know of the disease and what we were about to have to go through. Or the complete opposite. It leads to the same question every time. What's ALS? Which is the case more often than not. Mr. President, this disease is a nightmare. Hands down, one of the worst diseases man has ever encountered. And Ebola is in Africa. And I can only begin to imagine how much money you are about to send over there to help out their citizens. This is the United States the United States of America. You need to worry about us first. This video needs to go viral, so please share it. Somebody knows somebody who can get this into the White House and in front of the President's eyes. Mr. President, you have 7 days to accept this challenge only because you are the President, and I'm not sure how long this video will take to get in front of your eyes. I will post a new video every week calling you out until you accept this challenge, and it's only the beginning. Senators and congressmen are coming up next until the disease ends its terror on the American people. Everybody else I called out, you have 24 hours to accept the challenge or donate $100 to my skydiving fundraiser, which all proceeds go to the Brigance Brigade Foundation. Y'all do it anyways. I love you. Skydive for a Cure takes place on September 6th at the Harford County Airport, and there are still spots left open. Anybody interested in skydiving for this great cause can visit skydiveforals.com. That's with the number 4, ALS.com. Now please share the crap out of this video, and here we go. For you, Dad. That's cold. Alright, please share this video. Mr. President, you have 7 days. Everybody else, 24 hours.